Good day, class. Today we're going to try a different method of presentation with the artwork today. Um, what we're going to do is try to make a very simple drawing. We're going to use fruit today. We've done this on the classroom schedule on a couple of occasions. So we're going to try to make it as swiftly and simple as possible. Here's what we're going to do. We're going to start by using apples here. We made a simple way of drawing the apples. We're going to use two apples here, one red and one green. So we're going to start here like we always have. The apple has two dimensions, where one end of the apple, where the stem is located, is the largest end, and then the other end. So we're going to turn it upside down and place it by making two half circles here, and we're going to make two other moves on the bottom here to represent the bottom of the apple. Okay, along with that, we're going to put a small dimple here right at the top to represent where the stem is going to be placed at, and we're going to place the stem right into that groove. Now, to make the connection, we're going to take this large line and go out, down, and around. Make the connection. Out, down, around. Make the connection. Same thing here. We're going to come out, down, around, make the connection to the bottom. Out, down, and around. Make the connection. Now, afterwards, we're going to make this, we're going to make a tabletop here so the apples won't be just floating in space. And to do that, we're going to come from the left here, goes behind the apple, picks up, again, behind the apple, and comes all the way across. That represents the tabletop. Now, light has an effect on all objects, so what we'll do here is place a shadow underneath each item here and here. And also we're going to create something, a pattern of wall space here behind, so that we'll just fill in the whole page. To do that, we're going to go and make 5 vertical lines cross and try to keep the same space in between each line. We're going to start with this middle line. This comes straight down in the center here. And we're going to put 2 lines on both sides of that center line to try to make them equal. So this line will come here, go behind the apple. This one would come here, go behind the apple. Let's say it picks up right there. We're going to do the same thing here on the left side of the apple. Here. And there again. Okay. Now, that gives us a full volume sheet of paper covering all our workspace. Now, from here, what we're going to do is apply the colors here. With that, we're going to use one color and make one apple red, and we're going to make the other apple green. Now, let's start with the red apple. Now, again, this shadow is representing where the light source is coming down and making an impact on the object here and causing a shadow here. Now, that light is going to reflect off of this apple. So what we're going to do is put a light line across here and let the light come down on the side also. As the apple goes inside, as it goes inside of this dimple, it's going to be the darkest part, and it's going to get lighter as it comes out. And this light is going to be able to hit this apple, and it's going to cause a reflection of light to hit here. Now, one other thing I want to do before I go on to that, I'm going to add a leaf on this apple here. Same thing here. Okay. Now, again, these lines are going to represent how the light source is going to come and touch the apple. That's going to cause this shadow from the apple. So let's begin right here. We're going to make it the darkest part of this apple is going to be inside of this little groove here, and it gets lighter as it comes out. Now, here is where we're going to come and make an up and down motion here to give you the apple texture. And we're going to leave this part of the apple light just like the background of the paper here, and it's going to cause the effect of the light hitting it. So with that, we're going to go up and down here. And instead of having a straight line, I'm going to jagger this line up just as it would appear. Same thing at the top. We're going to jagger that line up so that you'll only be able to just see this light effect on the apple. Okay, and on this other apple, we're going to use to make this apple green, and we're going to do the same technique here as we did on that one. We got our line that's going to come across for that light highlight on both sides, and we're going to make an up and down motion here. And jagged the line out, so it's because it's actually not a line, it's a highlight, so it won't be a smooth line. Okay, now that gives us our basic color on the apple there. From here, we're going to try to put some color on our leaf, and we're going to use yellow to just start with. And we're going to come across that with some shades of green to give it the leaf effect. Okay, now for our background. What we'll do here, we're just going to put some patterns on this background. And I say patterns, we're going to just use real simple dots. We're going to try to put 2 to 3 dots between each line first. So I'm going to start using orange and just jaggedly placing my dots in there. Using no particular order with the dots, but just place them in there to just fill the space. After doing that, we're going to take the same orange color and we're going to use a side-to-side motion and lightly shade it so that the dots will still come through. So we're just going to shade that lightly. We always talked about in the shading process, you want to keep your motion of your crayons going in the same direction. You don't want to change it up. And your effect will be a whole lot smoother there. Okay, now for our tabletop. With that, we're gonna use, I have a light gray color that I'm gonna place here on the shadows. Now use gray very lightly, and we use gray because actually shadows does not have a color. They are really transparent. So this shade of gray I'm placing here is just gonna show a slight different color of the tablecloth. And on the tablecloth here, I guess what we'll use is blue here. Now we're gonna use the same coloring motion going left to right here, and we're going to go directly on top of this gray that I used for the shadow. So in doing that, what we hope to accomplish, as opposed to that gray shadow, it's going to be a different shade of blue, because the tablecloth does not actually change colors. It's just showing that the tablecloth has a darker tone on it, which is there by the light hitting the apple and casting the shadow down underneath it. So instead of gray, it just will be a darker shade of blue. We're using our same side-to-side direction on our coloring patterns. And that gives us that effect. I'm going to put a little bit of darker shade on this shadow so it'll be a little more noticeable. Now, what I like to do at last here is to give the tablecloth a form of pattern